Hi all you LGBT out there, I'm Ash, and today I like to come out as being bisexual, and this is my story. So, starting in high school, I didn't exactly know what my sexuality was. I didn't know if I liked girls, if I liked boys. People always assumed I was straight, which would have been the case considering that I dated at least 2 guys so far. One that being real life, one being online. So, the real life one started as I was working at a Regal movie theater up here in Ohio, and basically we went on 2 dates, and on the second date, he decided, you know what, I'm gonna ask you out to be my girlfriend. And I'm like, that's a little strange, considering that this is our second date, and why would you ask me to be your girlfriend on the second date? It just didn't make any sense. Not to me, not to him. I'm pretty sure he was rushing it. And months go on, and I tell everyone at school, like, hey, I have a boyfriend now. But it actually didn't start with him. So basically, starting my freshman year, I was going to join some clubs. And one of those clubs happened to be drama club, which is where you build the sets, you act, and you do everything to get involved. And one of my friends was named Raquel. And she was very sweet, very nice, came with my BFFs, and still is today. And for some reason, I thought, okay, we're friends. Like, it's no big deal. It's like, nothing's gonna happen. I'm not gonna get feelings for her. Then, it started coming sophomore year, and I started getting feelings. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of odd, because it doesn't make any sense to have feelings for a girl when I'm supposed to be straight. And that's how it has been. Even my parents have assumed I'm straight. And I'm not. Not at all. And that's the thing. I'm not. So then, junior year comes along, because I still do feelings for her, and it was getting to her prom season. You know, normally junior, senior prom, where boys ask the girls out. Well, I wanted to switch that, to do something different. So, I had made a mashup of different songs, like Listen to Your Heart, to random songs that I could ask her out. So I asked her to meet me outside the auditorium so I could sing it to her. And I had a sign as well. That at the end, I was going to say, Raquel, will you go to prom with me? Being like friends kind of thing, not as a date, like friends. Anyway, she couldn't meet up for some reason. And later on, I guess a day or so, I posted a picture on Instagram of her that was edited for an app, make her look pretty, and I said, basically, try to ask my friend out for prom, and she told me that one of her friends told her my plan, and that she was already going with a group of friends, which was no big deal. Like, that didn't matter to me. I'm like, she's fine, she's gonna have fun, I'm fine, I'm not gonna deal with that, like, whatever. And I ended up going through college and stuff, which was nice. So coming back freshman year of college, I was going home for Christmas break, and the guy I was dating at the time was like, he acted kind of weird. He said, I can't hear you, I can't see you, kind of acted like I was a ghost, which is, to me, is kind of rude, because you shouldn't be knowing the girl you asked out on your second date, and here to find out, that was a freaking joke. I was a use, he a girl to this guy, because he thought I was pretty and everything. He was saying stuff, took me on dates, went to go see a movie, went to Crocker Park, did all this fun stuff. It never occurred to him that I wouldn't have responded. I wouldn't have said yes, but I was hesitant at the time, so of course I said yes. And then, of course, during the summer, I ended up getting this app called Amino, which is a role play app. It's connected to a whole bunch of people where you can create an OC, original character, and you can talk to them and act out as if your character was acting stuff out. So at that point, I was in a community called Fallen Forest, and I started RPing with this guy who had all these cool OCs, like 50 or so, if I can remember, and he was very sweet and everything. Didn't really know his name, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to create my own Amino called Lost Deadly Woods. So I created my own Amino, and I invited the guy in to have fun, and we roleplayed. And before we got further in, and during that summer, I believe, on June 4th, I had asked them, like, they were going on a trip in May, and, like, on a Sunday, and I had asked them, posted my feelings about them, because I had gotten weird feelings, and basically said, hey, I got these feelings for you, would you like to go out with me? They gave me a random response that basically talked about me being their sister. Honestly, it didn't bug me that much, but it was kind of like, okay, I just told my feelings for you, and it's kind of odd. And at that point, I was like 19, I think, 18 or 19 when I did that. And then on June 4th, I asked them out again, and they said yes. We continued dating through the app, even though he's from Scotland and I'm here in the US. And we were going on fine, and then for some reason, this March of this year, March 19th to the 24th, which I believe was the 19th, he messages me and goes, hey, we need to break up. I'm sorry, but I need a fresh start. I can't lie and say I have feelings for somebody when I don't. We have bad real life and stuff. It didn't work. And I'm like, okay, fine, we can still be RP buddies, we can still be friends. And then next thing I know, he blocks me on the app called TikTok, where we create videos and stuff. He blocks me on that. And I'm like, that's weird. And he also tried to delete his account. So I'm like getting worried. I'm like, this is my fault. I made him leave and everything. So in order to talk to him, I make different accounts on TikTok to get a hold of him because he blocked my main account. I finally managed to comment on one of his videos asking that if he would talk to me. So he got back to me and we started talking again. He basically said that I was a narcissistic, pedophile, and obsessed. To me, I understand that being obsessed with something took it to the extreme, which I understood. And I didn't understand this at the time, that he was underage, like under 16, something like that. And it turns out he was 14 and a minor, which is really bad in the US and all countries, because there's a minor law that says you can't. Here's the thing about the minor laws, which is very weird. So the minor laws are basically you can date them, but you cannot have any sexual intercourse with them. And that wasn't my intention. Like, I wasn't going to have intercourse with them. I wasn't going to basically be like, I'm going to abuse you and stuff. Which basically is also part of the pedophile thing. And even though I'm an adult, well, not currently, like not entirely an adult yet, because I'm not that age yet. And I kind of understood why you call me a pedophile. But then again, if you look at pedophile, it's anyone who wants to go with kids under the age of 13. And I guess the reason he broke up with me is because he knew things were happening, things were going right in this relationship. And I was fine with that. Days went on, and I finally got over it. I'm like, you know what, we're gonna move on. Here we left me and Mina we were in. We had all these role play. I'm like, I've got the memories stored. We're gonna move on. We'll be fine. But I started to realize that actually at our college, we have a group called Berg Allies. And Berg Allies is a group of people who either support the LGBT community or are a part of it. I am now a part of that community. So I understand that it's a lot of risk-taking, coming out, doing stuff. I'm not coming out with my parents because I feel like I'm going to be disowned and hated on. I'm not going to be loved anymore, and people are going to treat me differently. So I decided on National Coming Out Day of last year to officially come out as bisexual. And that was kind of hard for me because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I would do. And to my surprise, some people were supportive. Like, they understood. They're like, we need to stick up for each other. We have each other. And then later on that year, we had around Thanksgiving, for that, we have an event called a Chosen Family Dinner. And what this works is that everyone who's in the LGBT community will meet up, and we will have dinner, and we will just play games and stuff. And it's a family that basically allows LGBT community members to go to them during holidays and stuff if they don't feel safe at home. Like, if they don't feel as if they're accepted, as if they're happy, as if they haven't come out. They can go to these people and they can spend time with them, which is a lot of fun. So I guess what I'm saying is, coming out as a different sexuality is okay. Like, you can be bisexual, so like guys. You can be straight and like a guy or girl. It does not matter. All you gotta know is love is real. Love is out there. I'm gonna find my soulmate one day. And maybe things will change. But for right now, all we can do is hope and move on in life. You get a breakup, move on. You're gonna find somebody who truly loves you. I know you will. Don't be like me and get called all those names, like pedophile, narcissistic, all that stuff. I'm like, it doesn't really occur to me that it's a bad thing. I'm like, if I knew it was bad, it was sad. But we never once discussed ages, ever. Because that would have been something that would have set us off. I'm like, if he knew what my age would have been, if he knew that was probably in that mindset, he should have said no. He shouldn't have gone with me. Shouldn't have been with me and all this stuff. But you know what? Things are gonna happen and things will change. But in the end, you actually make things happy. You are there for people and they love you. I am proud to be a part of the LGBT community, and I'm proud to be a bisexual. Maybe one day my story will be heard to my parents, to my family, and maybe I will be accepted, just like all of you out there. Maybe one day you will be loved and everyone will be accepted for who they are. And that's what it is in life.